I don't normally show this to you. Normally I film with this down, but check this out. This is the best view of my office. Sunrise views. I wanted to talk today about something that I'm like kind of reluctant to talk about. Normally on this channel, I really just try to preach what I do. And if I don't do something or I'm not the best at it, I kind of stay away from it. But this one topic is so important. I know a lot of you struggle with this as well. It can have so many benefits in your life. People have even called it a magic pill. That if I had a pill right now that was able to reduce stress, reduce anxiety, improve thinking, improve your love, improve compassion for others, and it was free, unlimited supply, you have it within you, you can do it anywhere, at any time, you'd want that pill, right? We all would. Well, this pill has a name. It's the M word, meditation. Now I say that because so many people, myself included, have so much baggage around meditation. And so I wanted to make this video not like the ultimate guide to meditation, but from a layman who's very real with it, who has a hard time practicing it every day, who has some resistance there still around meditation. So hopefully you can relate to it. And these are like 4 tips that have really helped me develop a meditation practice. I know will help you as well, so that we can get those benefits in the magic pill. Excuse the little hairdo. The very first tip is to demystify this. Look, you guys have heard me rant for a while now about the whole, like, I don't know, spiritual satire that goes on in this community. I'm not hating on anyone, but you know, the whole like people wearing robes and talking about the Himalayas and namaste. That is fine. Do you. Maybe I'm not as spiritually evolved as some. I love crystals, I love yoga, but you don't have to make your whole identity this like cliche spiritual satire stuff. Again, you do you. But what I'm saying here is I think a lot of people are resistant to meditating because they don't necessarily feel like they fit into the culture of what they think it is. So maybe if the word meditation is causing a lot of resistance for you, right? Or you failed with it in the past, or you don't want to buy into that whole like vibe of it, that's okay. All you're doing here is an awareness practice. You know, I was reading that the Buddha back in his day, I believe it was the old Pali language they spoke. They didn't even have a word for meditation. They didn't. The closest thing was something I'll post right here. And that literally just meant consciousness training. So that was it. One massive tip that I found, and the only reason I've been able to really pick up or re-pick up a meditation practice, these 3 words: lower your quota. Now, what I'm sitting on right here is a little cushion. This is literally my position in the morning. Lowering your quota is so important because a lot of times we're so ambitious with what we want to set out to do. You say, all right, meditation's the best. It's the magic pill. I'm going to do it an hour a day. But that's like saying you're going to start running 5 miles every single day and you don't really run one. Lowering your quota is the secret, not just to this, but to taking on any habit. Saying that you have to go to the gym 7 days a week on New Year's is why most people fail by the second week of February. You have a much higher success rate if you say, I'm just gonna go 3 times a week for 20 or 30 minutes. Since that's much lower, your brain is more likely to do it. Does that make sense? So my point with meditation and applying this to you, don't say you have to do 30 minutes. Don't say you have to do an hour. Just start with like 10, 5, 2. For me, personally, I do 12 minutes a day. That's it. If I can do 12 minutes, that's it. I won. The next tip is to simplify this, okay? Simplify. Again, there's a lot of mysticism with meditation. There's a lot of woo. You want the bro science guide, you came to Clark for that. Moreover, you want what works. I've tried the guided meditation apps. I've tried the guided binaural beat meditations on YouTube. I've tried meditation programs where someone's walking you through. I've paid for those. Nothing wrong with them. If those work for you, that's great. But I just find adding more stuff into this overcomplicates it, and then you're already making decisions. Well, okay, which meditation do I use? Which app do I use? Okay, I use that. Is this working? Is that one better? None of that. Here's what you're gonna do. You're going to sit your butt down somewhere comfortable. You're gonna take your phone and you're gonna set your timer for 12 minutes. You're gonna put that down and you're gonna sit and breathe for 12 minutes. And you're not gonna let yourself check that phone. And you're not gonna listen to that voice that says, quit, give up, you got more important stuff to do. Check your emails. Did you text them back? You're just gonna sit here and embrace it until those 12 minutes are up. Eventually they will be, and congrats, you won. Honestly, that's what I found. And there are, again, great guided meditations. There's programs out there. There's all the resources up the yin yang. But remember, lower your quota and simplify. Those are the 2 most important things. I used to use a blindfold. I used to use this $200 brain scanner right here with an app, and I could see my brainwaves. And that was good to reinforce like the brainwave stuff and how it works. But I don't use this anymore. Get that out of here, man. Save $200. My point is lower your quota, simplify it, demystify it, and watch how you actually do this and you start benefiting from it. If I can here, I think it's really cool to share some science that will help if you're science-minded and you like some stuff to really motivate you. There was a study though done by Harvard. To sum it up, they studied participants doing some sort of consciousness training. The results were shocking. Something as simple as doing this for 12 minutes a day for 8 weeks, significant changes in their brain chemistry, the weight of the brain, and different centers that lit up like never before. Again, this is off the top of my head. Don't quote me on this. I'll try to link it down below. I believe it was 2 to 4% increase in actual matter in the brain, where the brain was heavier and denser in as little as 8 weeks. What was really fascinating though is there were decreases in more of like the amygdala centers of the brain, right? So throughout the day, not just during the meditation, but throughout. The amygdala is the fight or flight. That's like someone cuts you off in traffic, you get a little pissed off, right? Get them back. Most people carry that throughout their day. They're really stressed out. If you have like, your kids are going off, if you have kids, right, and you snap and you get frustrated, right? That's the amygdala. You see your bank account, you get triggered. You're like, oh no, life, like any sort of stress, that's the amygdala. That's kind of like the on switch. And if you're always on, remember, you're never off. You're never going to be able to go within and really get that stillness. Following? But what they found was there was like an increase in the hippocampus, which is more of the emotional centers of the brain. Areas like compassion, empathy, oneness, connection to like higher purpose, all these more like soft emotions, right? Those increased. So you're reducing all the bad stuff, right? That makes you separate from others, that makes you individual, isolated. I'm in this alone, man. It's me in an island right here. And you reduce it and you realize you're more open. You're more loving. You're just more loving to your family, to your kids, to yourself. That's the kind of stuff that happens with this. Sitting down can be like the hardest part, kind of like putting on your shoes to go to the gym. Getting yourself ready to go to the gym is the hardest part. Then once you're there, you're like, I ain't get dressed up for nothing. And you end up doing the workout, right? To get around that with meditation, what I find works, doing 1 round of breath work right when you sit down. If you haven't seen our breath work video, it kind of blew up. I'll try to link it down below. I give you 3 rounds in that, but I'll just do 1 round to kind of get myself in that relaxed state. That in and of itself takes 2-3 minutes. And so now you're just meditating for like 10. Super simple. Something I look forward to, very easy. And that gets me in the great state to even enjoy meditation. The other tip is if you're having a hard time, like Clark, my thoughts are wandering. Meditation's really hard. Yeah, it's kind of supposed to be. The harder it is, the more you need to meditate. The point is not clearing your mind. The point is redirecting it. I have a German Shepherd, right? I take him on a walk out there. He sucks on a leash. He's terrible, but we got him from a shelter. He has a lot of bad anxiety around dogs and stuff. We're working on it. But what you do with a dog, and why I'm telling you this, is you don't just let it pull the leash, drag you in every single direction, right? Because that reinforces that they can do whatever they want. I've been trying to train this guy, and one of the best tips is once you have a shorter leash on that dog and you redirect it to where you want it to go. It starts going this way, you redirect. This way, redirect. This way, redirect. That's exactly what you're doing up here with your mind. Thinking about the person who didn't text you back, redirect. Thinking about what your boss said, did you turn in that assignment on time? Redirect. That's all you're doing throughout these 12 minutes. Don't overcomplicate it. There's tools that you can use like mantras, which is just a word or a phrase you keep coming back to, but I like to just keep coming back to the breath. Simple. Anytime you catch yourself wandering, train it to come back to the breath. What you're doing there is you're training it to come back to the present moment. And guess what's going to show up in your life more? You're going to get in the habit of that throughout the other 23.75 hours that you're not meditating of the day. You're going to be way better at catching yourself wandering and bringing it back to the present moment, which is where everything you want happens. That's the real goal of doing a consciousness training practice. Sorry, I haven't been posting for a while. It's just been absolutely crazy with the coaching program, really trying to deliver there. It takes up a lot of my time now. Love working with the one-on-one clients. If you want to know more, we have an application down below or a video you can watch. It's not for everyone. It does require an investment. So if you're in a position right now where that's super unrealistic, that's totally fine. YouTube videos are always going to be free and here for you. But if you want some extra help, if you want to create the 2.0 version of yourself, you're really ready to like stop settling and give it your all and reach your full potential, work with a lot of high achievers in our coaching program, entrepreneurs, business people. We take you through a 6-week identity shifting process. So the application is below if you want to apply. Happy to hop on a phone if it fits and hear more about you, your goals, and see if it's something we can actually help you with. That's all I got. Thank you for being here. Stop settling, start living. See ya.